Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be looking at the best virtual cards for EU botting. Now, as most beginners, or it's quite a well-known fact that when you want to get into the world of sneaker botting, you need lots of cards, and virtual cards are the solution. There are loads of providers out there who can get you virtual cards. However, it's much bigger in the US. You have free services like Privacy that are super easy to create virtual cards. However, in the EU, it is not as simple as that. Normally, you have to pay, and we're going to look at today the best solutions for that. Now, there are some free ones, there's some paid ones. They all have a little bit, they're all a little bit different. I do recommend, if you are interested in any of these, do your own research, because dealing with cards and money, it's important stuff. So obviously don't just go and sign up to a bunch of random stuff. Do your own research. However, all the ones I mentioned in this video are pretty legit. They're well known. A lot of people in the sneaker community do use these. But also, if there's anything I mention or you want to mention, leave it in the comments. I can pin it if it's important. If you don't know, why do you need a virtual card? Why should you get a virtual card if you already have a physical card? Why, you might have one, you might have two. Why do you actually need multiple cards? Now, the main one I want to say is sneakers. So a lot of shoes release on the sneakers app. As you can see here, I have sneakers up. And sneakers have loads of stock. Now, if you can successfully bot sneakers, you are doing something right, because it is very hard to do. And I do actually have a bot that I'll do a review on later. It's called Cheetah. If you know, you'll know about it. It's a very good Nike bot. And I'm starting to get more into sneakers bots. So I wanted to do a video about the best virtual cards you can use for Nike botting. Obviously, you can use it for Supreme, for 3DS, Foot Locker drops, stuff like that. Virtual cards are so useful. But when it comes to sneakers, as you can see, here's just some shoes on there. Per entry, so let's say I entered for this shoe, you would need to have recommended a 1-to-1 card ratio, meaning per entry on the sneakers app, you would want one virtual card or card to go with that. If you have too many cards entry, so let's say you went for a 1-to-4 ratio, so you entered 4 times on 4 different sneakers account with the same card, that would most likely, obviously you don't always know, however, that would reduce your chances of winning. And for the best ratio of winning on sneakers, you want a 1-to-1 entry ratio, meaning 1 card per entry. So that is one of the main reasons why you want virtual cards, because obviously if you have loads of them, you can do loads of sneakers entries, and you can be really successful. Another reason you may want them, SNS raffle botting. Now, SNS, they also get reasonable stock. They do get a lot of releases, so obviously if you can raffle bot that successfully, not too hard, you can actually do it fairly manually, just using mobile data airplane mode. You can actually get quite a few pairs using that, and the same with the size launches. You can do it yourself with lots of cards. Obviously that is payment hold, so you want to do that on a credit card, or if you have lots of money. But these are solutions in the EU of when you would want a virtual card. They are actually quite significant. The one everyone talks about is Revolut. Now Revolut, honestly, I'm not a fan. You do see a lot of horror stories online of people getting their account frozen, money frozen. Their support really isn't great. Now, I'm not saying don't use a Revolut account. I'm saying there honestly are better alternatives to Revolut. However, it is very popular. People use it as an equivalent to bank transfer and buying bots. So you can use it, but I do believe there are better solutions. You obviously have the standard and business account. You also have to load money onto the card, so you have to take out your bank account and put it into the actual account. This is a problem, but this is with lots of virtual cards. There's not really a perfect solution for this, but it does mean your money will be in multiple places, so you really want to know where all your money is. You want to keep this all recorded in spreadsheets and make sure you actually know where your money's going, what you're buying, and where your money is located. Now, Curve is a free alternative, and honestly, Curve is pretty well known. It's free. If you recommend your friends, you can get like £5, which is decent. You do only get 1 card on the free tier, I believe. But if you just have 1 card and you want to double it, you can. But also, if you get other virtual cards, maybe you can use Curve as another virtual card. Can you times them by 2? I'm not too sure. You might want to try that if you get multiple accounts. But Curve's a really easy way to just get another virtual card. Their 3DS is great. You can use it on every bot. Every bot supports Curve. Well known, great option. Also, you don't actually have to verify your age. So if you are underage like me, you don't have to get your parents to help you out. You can actually do that yourself, although not recommended. Bit of a dodgy one there. I believe the best option is Monzo. Basically, it's similar to Curve, where it actually links to your card. So when you don't have to put money into it, you spend money on that card, and it'll then, it's essentially a gateway, and it'll just process onto your main card. Now, Monzo is great because obviously you get that also kind of as a virtual card. With Monzo, you can pay £5 a month to get something called Monzo Premium. Now, Monzo Premium allows you to get 5 extra virtual cards for £5. I think that's great. Monzo is honestly the best, the easiest to use with the best support. I recommend potentially getting multiple accounts of this. Friends, family, use them. if you can, paying £15 a month for 15 virtual cards, I think that is really good, especially if they're with Monzo. That is what I would recommend. If you're looking for an answer to this video, the best virtual card definitely goes to Monzo. Overall, I guess that's my answer. Now, one of the other best providers, now this is for France only, and this is Lydia. Now, Lydia are, honestly, if they're in the UK, that would be incredible. You do need a French residence address. You get 4 cards on the virtual tier, and you can get 25 cards for €4.90 a month. And you also get a physical with that as well, which is insane compared to, that's probably the best value on anything you'll see in this list here, which is really, really good. However, you do need a French address, so if you know someone who lives in France, if you can maybe work with them, or if you live in France yourself, that is 100% the perfect option, go with them. Now, a less known, I would say this is less known, Soldo. Now, Soldo are very expensive, but if you only need 1 or 2, it could be a good option. Now, it is £5 per card, so you can see how this can really start to add up. But if you do need loads of cards, it could be perfect. Now, you do have to load money onto the card. However, they have an auto-load feature, so you can load, say, £250 every 2 weeks, if that would be something you wanted to keep money going in. But it can be a bit annoying having to load money in, and that's the thing you'll see in a lot of these cards, but that's just kind of the deal with virtual cards. Soldo are known for having great support, and a lot of big names in the industry do use them. A lot of the people who do hit big clips on Foot Locker, so I would honestly recommend Soldo if you have the funds and if you can afford £5 per card per month. It does get pricey, but it might be worth it. Might be worth the security, especially when you're dealing with money. It is worth the extra money. Now, next is Monies. Now, Monies are a bit weird. You can get 1 virtual card per currency account. So you can have different currency accounts, and then you can get a virtual card with them. You do have to load money in, but Monies is a really nice app. It's all app-based, very clean. But again, do you just want to have money in here that you might forget about, that you don't really have access to, you have to use a specific card for? I'm not too sure. I don't really like this idea. I would say if you're going to use one, maybe not Monies, because you can only have it per account. And if you wanted to put your money into an app, you'd want to have, I think, lots of options available, almost like Revolut on a business account. So Monies, wouldn't recommend it, but it is there if you just need 1 or 2 and, you like the app format, because it is a very, very nice app. Now, next is Bunk. And we're looking at the easy money plan for Bunk. Bunk, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. Now, this is €7.99 per month, so €8 per month. And that's for 5 virtual cards. However, you can pay an extra €9.99, €10 per month, and you can get an additional block of 5 cards, and I believe you can add that up. That's decent value. Now, I believe this is Europe only. That is a bit annoying for people in the UK, because honestly that's a decent deal. But if you are Germany, France, really anywhere in Europe, be sure to get Bunk. Very popular. Now, from the main list is also iCard. iCard is honestly decent. Now, I thought it was a bit dodgy when looking at it at first, but it actually does look really good. So with your free account, you get 2 virtual cards. However, you have, according to their website, the potential to get up to 20 virtual cards. And they say it's €1 per card. You do have to load money into the account, and I'm not too sure on that. I can't actually look on their website any further on how to get more virtual cards. But for a free tier to get 2 virtual cards, I think that's sick. But again, you have to load the money in. But if you're okay with doing that, that's 2 cards. Easy. Again, that's an extra, if you're running a 1-to-2 ratio on sneakers, that's an extra 4 entries, which can actually make a decent difference. Honestly, probably one of the best methods is using your own bank. Santander, NatWest, HSBC, any of these, they normally have a feature called an additional bank user. Now, this is where using your own bank account, you can actually create a separate card for a separate person. So this is if 2 people in a relationship, let's say, your husband and a wife, they have the same bank account but want to use 2 different cards. That's how this would work. So essentially, you're meant to get your family, and let's say you have a brother, a dad, a mum, you want them to stem off your bank account, and basically, with the help of them, you can contact your bank, create a card for them, but then you just use it. Now, this is perfect because it actually runs off your bank account, so you don't have to put money in anywhere, it's still the same bank account, and that is really perfect. It's a bit weird, you need to do your own research, it's a bit different for every bank, and I'm not sure if all banks support it. I know Santander does, but you can get lots of cards, lots of different families, you can use other banks, so if you have an account with all these banks, you can get quite a few cards very easily, and obviously that is the most direct route, not using all these external providers. I have a few honourable mentions that I kind of want to mention that we don't really have enough information on, and that I really wasn't sure to put maybe in the list, that you should really go off and actually comment below what you know about them. Now first is Amex. Now American Express, they're virtual cards. If you get the business package, you have to go through an application. It takes a few weeks to get the results back, I believe. However, if you can get accepted for that, that is the ultimate package. I know a guy who uses this. He kills sneakers. It's like a ridiculous amount of virtual cards. I mean, we're talking hundreds here. This is really the top tier of virtual cards. You know, you don't have to muck about. I think it costs a bit, but if you want to go with the top, it is American Express all the way. Now, that is in the UK and Europe. I believe it does work on all of them. They're quite a global brand, despite the name. But yeah, that is kind of the top peak. I really don't know too much about that. It's hard to know unless you apply. But yeah, that is really the pinnacle. That is the... If you need virtual cards, and I'm talking hundreds, go with American Express. Now, there's a new service releasing soon. Honestly, by the time this video's up and you're watching, it might have already been announced. But a guy on Twitter called CreatedByJ has announced he's got a card kind of company coming soon. Now, they say they'll be priced at £3 to £5 per month per card. However, you don't have to solve 3DS. There is 3DS, but you don't actually have to solve it, if that makes sense. So it will normally say confirm payment in the app. There's none of that. This could be a very interesting card, and I'll definitely look out. This is made for sneaker resellers in a way. So this might be the perfect option. However, it is very expensive, but it might not be bad to just grab one or two. It's only available for people in the UK or businesses in the UK or businesses in Europe. So it's not available for just normal people in Europe yet. However, that might be changing in the future. Again, we really don't know too much about this card. Check his Twitter. I'm sure he would have said something about it. Scroll down. It's probably already established by the time you're watching this video. This is just a quick video I wanted to make because I'm excited about the new bot I've got, CheetahBot. This is a Nike front-end sneakers bot. Looks very exciting. Already generated a few accounts using it. Looking to see where I can go with this. A review will be coming soon. But I just wanted to make this video because it's a question I had. Where can I get virtual cards from? And I just wanted to put it in a video because a lot of beginners have this question. And I guess this is my answer to it. The ultimate card is Monzo. Yeah, Monzo, Curve, and iCard. They're really, if I could recommend a place there to go if you're from the UK like me. That's pretty much a summary. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. We're growing pretty good recently. We've got a rapid growth with all these bot reviews. So I'm trying to keep the content coming. But just comment below any other cards I've missed, because I'm sure I've missed a few. But yeah, with the sneaker community, this is a common question. So everyone normally has like a different answer. I think there's a few low-key providers as well that I've missed. But yeah, thank you for watching.